Hi Aquarius, if you want to come on in, here's your ink blot made in your name and essence if you want to take a screenshot. So you can scry in your own time and terms for shapes or symbols that speak to your psyche and psychic senses. Aquas, thank you so much for being here with me. We'll add on tarot and oracle along the way. Thank you for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights, and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. All right, if you'd like to take a moment with me, we'll close the eyes, releasing the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. Let's go. Feel free to comment below if you took a screenshot, if there's something that you see, any shapes or symbols that are stepping forward and maybe inspire others. Do you know what I'm seeing is like I think it's a spider, but I'm seeing it really, really up close, Aquas, like maybe like Charlotte's Web. Maybe spider means something to you. Please follow that. I feel protective. Almost I don't know if I'm in a state of releasing emotions that I feel like they're transforming. Aquas, there's something transforming. I think it's in the emotional body. This could be in any relation to, your feelings about your career, partner, romantic, platonic, this, that, or the other. But they're transforming. And it's as though when I see like this big spider walking with a lot of eyes, and it's even got like those spidery things, it's ingesting something. It's almost like if Aquas, if like a tick, and it gets in and it kind of burrows. I feel like you're picking ticks off you, which is really interesting. And I don't mean it to be so gross, or at least it's the symbology of it that's really stepping forward to say anything that has been ticking you off, anything that is just sticking in your craw, or just an annoyance. And it's fussing with your very high frequency energy body and emotional body. It's like there's this big spider that's coming in and being like, okay, no. Or there's an ingesting to consume what it is that's ticking me off, digest it fully and completely, and then it's being disconnected because I digested it fully. And then it transforms into what I'm seeing is lizards down here. Right? So here's like the big spider, and this is like the tick that it's ingesting. And then it digests it through many layers of perception. So Aquas, I kind of feel like you're a force to be reckoned with right now. In whatever landscape and whatever context that you're choosing. And if I may, it's kind of like there's many of them. Like at certain points of your day or your week or within the month of April, you are analyzing, but not constipating. You're digesting. This is how I'm feeling, or this is what was said, triggers, ticks. Okay. Interesting. It feels when I land in this energy of what you're doing, and if this resonates, or simply release if it's not your scry story. I feel, I want to say wise, but I don't know that that's the word. I feel in control, and not necessarily in this, how do you say, not diligent. Actually, it feels diligent, less dominating. It's diligent, not dominating. Because it's like when I can see like through, like going through a tall grass, right? Which is typically where ticks and triggers and stuff like that exist. And it's like whatever you've been going through in the mind, or that's been wrapping around your muggle, anything, no matter what landscape it's in, mundane or magical, you've noticed what you've picked up along the way. And that's, some might be, plucked and thrown. Others, like you're really digesting it to be like, thank you for that lesson, or thank you for that understanding. I'm going to digest it diligently and move on. It feels fascinating, and it's fascinating in a good way. I'm very responsible. It's like I'm analyzing atmospheres of my mind, my body, and then my footsteps, like the moves I'm making, whatever the moves I'm making are, versus maybe a panic. I don't know if there's something panicky in the air. All right, I'm going to carry on here and start adding on some tarot and oracles, so be sure to like, share, subscribe. And again, like I said, if something is resonating or you see something in the ink blot, feel free to comment below. Inspire perspective possibilities. We're here for aquas. You also have frogs, and you know what I'm seeing them as? I'm not sure if it's a show that I've seen before, like historically speaking. I'm seeing them like two frogs on a lily pad, like singing. I feel like there's luck around you, aquas. There's luck because of what you're doing, this diligent dance that you're dealing with, the willpower to do it all. Time is on your side while you're doing this. At least it's how I'm feeling it. I'm also seeing a bow tie. Now, of course, it's just a symbol, but it's kind of like I want to pluck it out of your aura and place it and be like, I did that. Me, I did that. And not too tight, so it chokes. But I did that. Time has been working with you through this. Bull, I feel like you have made some sort of sacrifices along the way. And while it may be sacrifices different for everybody, what's coming through for me is this ability to choose. I'm going to sacrifice the way I maybe would have dealt with this prior, or respond or reacted. Something's happening quietly, like a spider, like it's very, very quiet. And then there's this lizard. It is very much so a lizard, and I can blatantly see the eye. It's very scaly, but it's not like a large kimono dragon type lizard. This lizard is of service to you, and again, that symbol might mean something to somebody specifically. I'm also seeing a needle, like it's thread and needle. So when things are being released, whether it's of the thoughts that are sewn into the emotional body, so the thoughts and emotions are tied together. This is of the purpose, like it's purpose. So I have here hyena, fear, bison, ritual, and the mercat, responsibility. And we were talking about that responsibility. I'll bring them up here so you can see. Okay, so this is what I want to do. Let's see if I can do this. Okay. So with the hyena, I see the coloring here. I want to plop it in right about there. And then also, where's the other yellow? There. And it's like being, sorry, if this is the spider landscape, but it might transform on me in a moment. It gets more darker. It's like this digestion. It's hidden. It's in the inside. And then it comes out lighter. Okay. So perhaps even working through any sort of fears, predator and prey, of your own psychology or of your own gifts, if you've been diving deeper from the shadow aspect or in the unseen, the unknown, whatever this is, even if it's very tangible. Like, I don't know what's going to happen if I move there. I don't know what's going to happen. Fears are being released. Then I have bison here, ritual. And same thing. I want to land in right about there with the coloring. And what I'm sensing is the ritual is the digestion. The dedication and the discipline in your digestion, like not speeding it up for quickness, like you fully want to receive the nutrients from whatever it is that you've decided to pluck, or like a spider. And I really feel like the spider is protective in nature from anything that is, and maybe people, places, or things that, have stolen, or, parts of yourself. I don't know, did you dirty, this, that, or the other, even of your own accord, of self-talk. And then I have the mercat here with responsibility, which is right smack dab in the spider. There we go. And we talked about that earlier. Like, you're just being very responsible in your reality. And there's things going on. There's different things going on, yes. And you are taking care of it. All right, let's keep going, adding on some tarot now. And we'll revisit this Rorschach later on in April, but I'll reverse it so we get an alternative perspective, different possibilities, awarenesses, all that kind of good stuff. We're here for the aquas. I love these little frogs. I like them because they're just singing. They're just singing like, boop. Well, I guess I don't know if that's the way a frog sounds, like ribbit, 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 ribbit. It could also be that if you are meeting with somebody, personal, professional, have a partner, companionship, I don't know, it just feels lucky in love. And maybe that's something to remember as you're going through this digestive work, this nutrients of sorts. Luck is on your side. I'm also seeing a monkey. What is this? One of those, I don't know if you can see, the camera might not pick it up. It's right in here anyway. I know it's very, very light. It was like one of those fun monkeys. When I say fun, but I don't really know. Trainable monkeys is possibly a better way of saying that. And I'm seeing the monkey from, if you've ever seen the show Friends, when Ross has a monkey for a while, like one of those. Okay, so we have death, justice, and temperance that have all come up to support. I want to take a boo at that. Take a screenshot if it supports. Okay, temperance is what came out first. In your spider, see all the red and the brown even of the card. I want to plop it in right about there. Look at all these like branches of red. You're digesting. It could even be something with a family member going on, somebody that you're blood related to, or you're connected to by blood, or something that you care very, very deeply about. And as the way I'm feeling it is, as people, places, or things, including of oneself, always remaining responsible as source reflecting out, as they step forward towards me after I've done work and will continue to do my work of, picking and flicking, digesting. There's a welcoming, but it's like your third eye is awakening. But not only that, Aquas, not to take away from the tangible sight. I see you energetically. I feel you empathically. And I can also see you ethereally. And not because I'm looking for anything, but I'm very awake in my awareness of what's coming in for me to digest. Is it nutritious? Is it a snack? Is it, not good for me, but I know I'm consuming it? That type of thing. There's definitely a temperature being taken. I also feel like if you're doing anything in regards to business, it almost be like slow and steady. Like one person's going to step forward, maybe for your service or for buy an item, and then more will gravitate behind it. Somebody might also be in a group or something. I want to say like a flock, or I don't know, something along that lines. Okay, we also have justice and death here. Interesting. Okay. So when I'm looking at the death, see how there's like the face and then the brain and then I think it's the body in there. Hold on. Oh, it's actually like what I'm seeing is like an alien curled up, but I'm seeing it like intestines, and that's what's happening. You're digesting and letting things die and transform. And that brings, what I'm sensing again is some sort of justice in the equilibrium of the earthly embodiment of all of your different bodies. Aquas, it's really, really fascinating. I'm also seeing a little baby goat. So there's that discipline. You might be working with Capricorn energy a lot, or you might be on a cusp working with Saturn to remain at different points. It's almost like I can see when like you're going through, your landscape, and it's like, okay, doing or dealing with this or digesting that. There's these points along the way, like markers, like in a video game where you can save spots. And those are your points to remember and adapt your discipline, or revise something in the digestion, however you're choosing to see and do that. I'm not going to lie, there's some, when it came into family jumped forward, there could be something in regards to partnership or family. Somebody might be revealing themselves, judgments. Somebody might be revealing themselves, and or as you're going through this, I want to say change, but I don't know that it is a change. I feel like it's not like changing your mind, but through like opening the blinds, like when you turn the little thing on blinds and then it goes, that's what it's like. And maybe that means something else to somebody as well. If you have somebody kind of peering at you, again, like projecting their, pick and flick on you. Okay, getting ready here to close out for Aquas. Thank you so much for being my muse. I'm going to wander into the Chaos deck. Chaos, creativity. Ooh, there we go. We're here for Aquas, closing out for early April. I'm also seeing it's a bridge. The closest thing I can, like the San Francisco Bridge. Is that it? Like just a predominant bridge structure. And I'm also seeing eyes. I'm going to show this to you. They're up here. That comes through. So I'm saying like this is the bridge structure. But right in here, I can see eyes. I can make up eyes. Somebody might also have something to do with the 80s. This came face down and these came face up. So we'll take a look at that at the moment. Tu parles, imantas, and no words. That's what stepped forward, and what is hidden is Knight of Birds. Okay, so see how in this card there's hands towards the face. This is that feasting. You're feasting on the things that might have ticked you off, that triggered you, but you're digesting at a very deep knowing and understanding. But it's like I'm following my intuition while I'm doing this, because I'm consuming. Like the spider, the ticks, I'm consuming. And I'm deciding what, I think you might actually be coming into an immunity where, especially if it's like family or judgments or something, I'm like, well, before that used to just like get them all riled up. And now it's like, oh, they're immune to it. Look at the Aquas, like they're just immune to idiocracy, or they're just immune to things. That doesn't mean there's no sense of humor. It means there might be more of a sense of humor, actually, because you're like, oh, that's funny. It's funny. But I'm immune to accepting something that is not nutrient for me. And this is like that. How I'm seeing it right now is the high priestess, or priest or priestess, and you're being able to grab hold of these things. And then there could also be a wedding or some sort, whether it's between the two frogs of luck, whether that's a personal or professional partnership, or just simply within the selves. It's like I'm honing in with all my layers of perception, and they're coming in And then I can like throw them up like freeing doves from a ceremony. It could even be like a past life. I could be dramatic and say like a curse or something like that, or simply a karmic tie, but you've, plucking the chicken feathers and it's done because of the discipline that you're doing. That's not dominating. It's actually very endearing. All right, we're going to add on some final crow oracle for you, Aquas, and then I'll get you to carry on with your day. We're here for Aquas. Oh, what is you that just stood out? I feel like there might have been somebody in your brain or something along that lines, Aquas, that I guess I'm kind of seeing it like a severed head. And I don't know if it's like a trophy severed head. I don't mean to be gross about it, but that's just what comes through. But even that's being digested. Like, I don't even need evidence. I don't need validation, external validation to the work that I've done for myself. I do feel like people are going to see the change. And like I said, whether it's a service or just your presence, people are going to slowly step forward and then like flock to you because something's different. Something's different. I'm also seeing the Popeye pipe. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. Spinach. Strong. And I'm also seeing somebody spit out. Is it like chewing tobacco or something like that? Anyway. Okay. So last but not least here, we have scavenge, insight, and commitment. And this is what you've been doing. This is how I'm seeing your story, but again, feel free to comment below. You are scavenging through your own self, skin, soul, spirit, and beyond. Following your intellect and your intuition, utilizing the bridge of imagination, and you've made a commitment to this. And anything you find along the way, you are deciding and making really great judgment calls. So though you require no external validation, should you decide to at least receive a little bit of a cheerleader, absolutely be an example. All right, Aquas, until next time, it's been an honor scrying for you, and thank you for being my muse. I will see you next time. Links are below if you want to help a gal grow, if you want to donate, subscribe, share, all that kind of good stuff. Until then.